Welcome back to the HUSLA podcast. I am your host, Anthea, and we're here today with Mona. So this is another one of the Thrive segments, episode 2 of the Thrive segment. We did record one, I think it may have been like January or February.
Yeah, it was at the very, very start of the year.
We're going to do one monthly. And now 6 months later, here we are with the second episode. So
like, where have we been? Let's actually start there. Like, why have we only filmed 2 podcasts?
Well, we've been working. We've been hustling. Yeah, we've been growing a lot. We have been certainly expanding our community, welcoming more amazing women onto our team, which has been really, really special. And just building our community. Really, I would say that our community is super, super strong, like the strongest it's ever been, both online and in person, because I've found that, in previous years, it's been a lot easier to build a community in person, obviously, because the girls get to meet each other and see each other and train together. But I feel like online, I don't know, sometimes people are a little bit scared to sort of put themselves out there. Yeah. And I feel like that's what we've been really focusing on.
Absolutely. I think at one point or another, we kind of just like reflected at the start of the year, and we kind of decided we wanted to really go hard with the growth side of things, which meant putting like the podcast and other like smaller things to the side. Yeah. And just expanding our community, which has been the best thing that we could have done. Like you said, our community is like the strongest it's ever been. I feel like this is the biggest Thrive has ever been as well. So it was well worth the investment.
100%. Yeah. And I think what makes me so happy is just seeing all of the girls just build such beautiful connections and
100%.
friendships. Like, they're all going out on the weekends. Yeah. I don't know, it's just so beautiful that this can be a space where people can meet, like-minded women and, feel really connected and feel like, they've got something in common. Because I feel like when you're embarking on your fitness and health journey, sometimes it can feel a bit lonely.
And isolating. 100%. Especially starting out. Like I feel like it's hard to find like a group of people who are like-minded and who are not support your goals, but like have same interests. Yeah. Especially at the start.
100%. And even just navigating some of the challenges as well. And I feel like some people also like have their own preconceived biases about fitness and health, and sometimes they can sort of project that onto you, whether it's like, why are you putting this much effort into your nutrition, or
you're being too obsessive.
You're being too obsessive. And obviously that's coming from a nice place, but I think it's really valuable being surrounded by other women who are also doing it as well for themselves. And I think it really, like, the intention behind it is everything. Like, if you're wanting to look after your nutrition and your training from a place of love and wanting to better yourself, then that's the biggest thing, rather than coming from a place of like, I'm really severely unhappy with how I am and I want to change it.
100%. I was reflecting with one of my girls in one of her check-ins, and I said to her in a check-in that this was the second week in a row that I had seen the girls outside of just a gym environment over the weekend. Right. So is this like a good segue to talk about the most recent event that we ran as well?
Yes. Yeah. Yes.
So just on this topic, like last weekend we ran our first event.
2 weekends ago.
2 weekends ago. Yep. Oh, true. 2 weekends ago. Yep. So we saw a lot of our girls in the event. And then the weekend that just passed, I also took one of my girls to a comp, and so many Thrive girls came and supported. And like, it's just like crazy to like look out into the audience and just see so many girls like supporting and like just being familiar with those faces. So when we say that our community has gotten so much stronger and like everyone's just like so up to supporting everybody, like the past 2 weekends has just like reminded me of that. So yeah, it was a really, really nice reflection, and yeah.
That's so special.
Yeah.
The last 2 weekends have been like
Insane.
huge.
Yeah, insane.
So the event that we just ran, it was an exclusive event for our Thrive clients. Basically, we hosted it. However, we had actually 2 of our own clients who work in the breathwork sound healing industry. They facilitated for us. So Georgia Richardson, who also competed last weekend, as Mona mentioned, which is insane, going from running an event to, I'm going to do my first powerlifting competition. Yeah. Which she absolutely slayed, but we'll get into that in a second. And then we also had Danielle, which is one of my clients, my beautiful clients, who I've been coaching since only the start of the year, but it feels like I've known her for way longer than that. Yeah. But yeah, they both facilitated for us. So basically it was a day of connection for all of the girls, celebrating things that we don't often celebrate. It was an opportunity for women to maybe, speak about things that are hard in their lives, and try to, just be vulnerable to that. And just to celebrate as well what's going well for them as well.
Just like even from like a more surface level place, like we ran the event just wanting the girls to like come and just have a sense of clarity when they left, and feel like somewhat more connected to other people.
Hence the name, Connected.
Yeah, exactly, hence the name. But like the event ran so well that every bit of feedback that we received was like so positive, and like people were having like the biggest breakthroughs. Like I was literally talking to Crystal last night, and she's like, I don't know, just something clicked in my mind. I was like, okay. So like it like went better than we could have ever expected.
It fully exceeded like all expectations.
100%.
I've been in like group containers before, like online containers, and I had so much growth in just like being a part of a group container. There's just something so special about it. I can't explain it and put it into words. And so I really wanted to, allow a space for our girls to have that. And it was honestly the most perfect day. So we also did like an hour of like active breath work, and then also a sound healing sort of meditation component, which was beautiful. And obviously everyone has really different experiences with that. I know that every time I've done breath work, I've had a really different experience. Like, sometimes it's been really euphoric. Just pure happiness, and like my body is like tingling. Other times it's been quite uncomfortable, and it's, brought up lots of emotions. Other times, sometimes the physical sensations that you can have are quite intense. So like you get numbness and tingling and like claw hands, which is so bizarre. And I think it's amazing how everyone can have a very different experience, and there's just no right or wrong really.
100%. And it was also just so beautiful to watch Georgia and Danny like work, because they were just so onto it. If someone was having like an experience that maybe they needed to be supported with, it was like they were just instantly there, like, rubbing their shoulders, holding their hands, like just letting them know that they were there. Which made like the whole event just like so much more seamless. Like we were really worried that, like someone would have an experience and they wouldn't feel supported, but like that wasn't even like in my mind once like we were meditating, because I just could feel the energy in the room, and I could feel that like there was so much support and 100%. So much love. It was so beautiful. We will be doing another event. That's already like been spoken about. So whether that's maybe at the end of the year or the start of next, but I feel like this is just like something really, really exciting that we've wanted to run for ages, and then it sort of just all came together really effortlessly and seamlessly. So very happy about that. Highlight of the day.
I would say the end of the day, like once everyone, like the light was like shining through, like the sun was coming down. It was like in the afternoon.
Shadows,
like everyone was just in a big circle. We were all like eating fruit and chocolate and had tea, and we were just like debriefing on, you know, all of our different experiences. And it was honestly, it was so fucking special.
I know. That was definitely a highlight as well for me.
Yeah.
I think the one thing that I reflected on was how insane it is that we got to create like a space for women like that, and how like we got to look around the room and just be like, wow, these are all of our clients, and everyone has just shown up for themselves and have welcomed like vulnerability, have welcomed like a little more connection. And like I've never been in a space like that. Similar to you, like I've done a handful of like breath work and sound healing, but never in my life have I experienced a container as special as that.
Ever. Yeah. It changes everything. Yeah, when there's lots of safety and just like no judgment. It's so special.
Yeah. So yeah, stay tuned for the second one.
Yes.
I think. Yeah.
And who knows, maybe we'll do a hustler one or something. The boys can get involved.
Surely that would be up your alley. Like.
It'd be noisy.
Yeah, it would be.
Yeah. Oh my God. Maybe some screaming.
Yeah. But yeah, that was our event. We also ran in International Women's Day event as well. Obviously that was in March now.
Yeah.
But that was so special. Again, so many women, not only from Thrive, but also from HUSLA, because it was a combined event. And I just remember it was a Saturday morning. It was busy.
Yes.
Like it was packed. I looked around and it was maybe about like 80 to 90% women.
Yes.
I mean, obviously all the guys got the memo and they were like, all right, I'm going to maybe try and avoid coming in at this time.
Yeah.
But it was insane to see everyone just training.
Yes.
Yeah, connecting. So that was really, really special as well. So yeah, we had a couple of events on this year. And I think a highlight for me from the last 6 months is also just like connecting and coaching, like really aligned clients. Like I feel like when I look at my current client book and who I'm coaching, like I just have so many really special connections and, you know, just amazing women like that are so inspiring to me. Like for instance, one of my new clients, Marie, she is a mum. I think
shout out to Marie.
Yeah, shout out to Marie. She also came to the event. And when she signed on with me, she was like, I haven't been able to, you know, be active and get into the gym consistently postpartum because I've literally just been looking after my little daughter. And yeah, I think this was such an important thing for her to finally start to look after herself because she puts so much time, love, energy into her daughter, which is so special for me to watch. But it's just, yeah, really nice that she can sort of give back to herself, and she's training in there so she has a home gym, and she trains after her husband comes home.
Oh my God.
And like he's looking after her, and like that's her me time, and she's just like slamming the tunes, like lifting heavy, and it's just it just makes my heart so happy because the gym has been such a special space for me and such a place of self-care, and I can just relate to it. Like I just have so many feels when I see other women just enjoying training.
Yeah.
You know, it doesn't need to be this thing that is like this chore and that you hate and that you're punishing yourself. It can be a place where, you know, you find a lot of joy and mindfulness from. So yeah, that would probably be one of my client highlights, to be honest.
Like, I don't really know Marie very well, but I do know that she loves her daughter so much. And I think the biggest thing that I took away just like from hearing her experience in the breathwork and the sound healing is like what an inspiration and what a role model for her daughter to like witness her mum like putting this much effort into her health and fitness.
100%.
Like, I wish I had a role model like that, you know, like especially from such a young age. It's like you are literally just showing your daughter that like self-love and like putting energy into your health and your fitness is like, it needs to be a priority, and prioritizing yourself as well. Like, yeah, I think that's like the biggest thing that I took away from Marie.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
What about you?
Client highlights.
Highlight from the last 6 months, and client sort of spotlight.
Yeah. I think my client spotlight at the moment is Georgia Richardson. She's been a client of mine for, she's like an OG. She's been there from, I think, 3 years we've been training together or working together. And she recently just did her first comp.
Yeah, powerlifting
and
comp.
Like, she literally smashed it. Like, she is unbelievably strong, and she doesn't give herself enough credit, and I don't think she truly understands just how strong she is.
No, she doesn't.
No, she fully doesn't.
Yeah, I'm like, babe, just so you know, you're really strong.
No, and everyone tells her this, but she almost just like,
she's like, oh, really?
Yeah.
Like, thanks. Yeah. She's so humble.
So humble.
Yeah.
I think she got a reality check though, like when it was like weight classes. I think it really kind of clicked that, oh, I'm actually pretty good at this.
Yeah.
And like, I know that she had other people coming up to her being like, are you going to continue? Like, you're so good at this. Yeah. So she went 8 for 9 over the weekend. She took 150 for squats, which she never ever hit in prep.
Wow.
And then for bench, she took 65, which she hit in prep.
Yep.
And then deads, she also hit 150.
Yep.
With deads, we went a little riskier and tried to hit 155 for her third attempt. We set expectations being like, it's like 50-50 whether you get it. And I kind of asked her, like, are you more wanting to go 9 for 9, or do you want to take something a little bit riskier? And she was like, no, I want to take something a little more riskier. Unfortunately, it just wasn't there on the day, just for probably a lot of reasons. Like, she's never done like
SBD back to back.
Back to back. On the day, she also said she reckons the bar rolled forward. Like, just so many reasons that she probably didn't have it on the day. But yeah, she was so stoked with what she left the platform with. And I think this is honestly just the beginning. Like, she's already talking about wanting to go to nationals and all this stuff. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, that's so exciting.
So I think it's really, really sparked something in her. And I genuinely think we've only just scraped the surface with her as well.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
She's so talented.
Yeah.
Like, so talented.
Especially with a lot of her lifts, they look so seamless and effortless.
Yes.
And I feel like she's still able to push even harder.
Yes.
But it's literally only just the beginning.
Yeah.
So it's exciting. I reckon if you want to share a little bit about, like, I guess the evolution of Georgia. Like, I remember she was with us when we were at Strength Culture.
Yeah.
And that was years ago now. And just, again, seeing where she is now is just such an incredible transformation.
I think what's so hard is that people don't actually know her history. Like, they don't know that she's like struggled with like chronic illnesses and like even just like the mental side of things. Like, she did not have the mental resilience she does now.
Yeah.
Even just like showing up to training, like there was at the start probably so many excuses as to why she couldn't train or couldn't be there. And even her relationship with food like has evolved so much. Like, whilst she has evolved like performance wise, like just her mentality behind training and everything like that has you can't even explain the amount of growth that she has accumulated in the background.
Yeah, she's put in a lot of work, I guess, like you guys one-on-one coaching, like you guys do a lot, but I know that she's very invested in her self-growth as well, so you know, has put so much time and energy into herself, which is really special.
So it's been insane to just finally get her onto the platform. Like, it's been something that she has wanted to do for like years. And I remember when she first like told me, I was like I'm not sure we're there yet. And we just like, again, set realistic expectations of like, you know, this is what needs to happen in order for us to get you onto the platform. And ever since that conversation, she's just like literally chipped away to get herself there. So yeah,
I think sometimes that can be the best thing, is like actually having a really lofty goal in the background
yes,
to work towards. Like for me, I started off doing bodybuilding when I was very young, but honestly for years I've always had in the background, it's not really there as much anymore, but this was always my goal. I'm like, I want to return to the stage eventually, and I want to come back with the best package and have, you know, the biggest round glutes, shoulders, upper body, back, whatever, all of that.
Yeah.
And that was just in the background always.
Yeah.
So whenever I'm like, oh, you know, I can't be bothered training, I'm like, what do you mean? Like, I have this goal. And although it's years away and I don't even have a fully, you know, specific date or anything like that, it's just always been in the background.
Crazy. That's still there.
Well, like, I think because my goals have shifted a bit more to, you know, like they've sort of shifted over the last couple of years, but prior to doing powerlifting, that was always there.
Yes. But
Like,
is it still there?
Like, yeah, I mean, I still haven't competed again since my first ever comp.
Yes.
I feel like I've just sort of gone on this journey of, moving more to powerlifting and strength focus.
Yeah.
And then my beliefs and everything shifting a bit of being like, fuck, like, you know, bodybuilding comps aren't healthy. And my beliefs have definitely shifted over the years to be a lot more health focused. So I think it would be a bit challenging for me to go back to bodybuilding, although I love it so much. So that's just still something that I'm not really there yet. And like, obviously I wouldn't want to commit to a prep if my beliefs and my like values don't really align with it. But in saying that, I also feel like once my environment changes, like once Jason and I eventually finally move out together, which has also been a goal that we've been working towards, I feel like I'll certainly have a lot more clarity and control and everything over my environment and everything like that. So I might reassess then.
Why do I have like this gut feeling that you might?
Well, I would love to.
Yeah.
But I think it's mainly just a values thing for me. I'm like, does it truly align with me? Because I would obviously need to make a lot of sacrifices.
Yeah.
And look, it will come at the cost. You can do it in a healthy way, yes. But at the end of the day, it will still come at a cost to your health to some degree. So that's just something that I need to sort of
work through.
Yeah. But
crazy.
Anyways, my point with that was it can be really helpful to have a big scary goal in the background that you can work towards.
100%. Yeah.
I reckon we should do a little update on our own fitness and nutrition and where we're at. Do you want to go first?
Sure. I have gone back to coaching with Anthea. So for those who don't know, I when I first started with Thrive, Anth was coaching me, and she coached me for like ages. Yeah, like I reckon 3 years. Yeah. And then I decided to branch out, and I ended up coaching with another coach who was phenomenal and amazing. Learnt so much from her, and then I ended up just coming back to Anth because I had other things that I wanted to work on. So I've been coaching with Anth for now 7 weeks.
Really? I thought it's been a bit longer than that. It's been
No, it's been longer. We're 2 blocks in. Yeah. So 2 blocks in.
Yeah,
let's go with
2-3 months or something.
Yeah, true. 7 weeks.
Yeah, no, it's been like 3 months.
My times are so wrong. However many 2 blocks.
Yeah.
And I'm currently training 3 days a week. Just because that's just what's fitting into my schedule at the moment. And I'm currently in a cut. I'm 2 weeks in.
Yes. How's that going?
It's going well. It's going well. I think like the biggest thing for me is that I now live with my partner.
Yes.
So we moved out together.
So exciting.
And just like the element of having so much control over my environment and the food that I'm putting into my body, like I now can't just go home and have dinner like prepared for me. Yeah. Which was probably in hindsight like the biggest thing that has stopped me from having success in previous cuts, like in hindsight. Yeah. Like I have, like if I don't make my dinner, then I'm not eating kind of vibe. Yeah. So I think I just have so much more clarity. It's come so easy to me. this cut. So yeah, I'm really, really enjoying it.
That's
and it's
so good.
It's just been such a breeze, honestly.
What do you think has made it so easy?
Again, I genuinely think it's the fact that like I just have full control over what I'm eating.
Yeah.
I don't have the luxury, like I said, of going home and having food readily available to me.
Yeah.
Like that my mum has cooked.
Yeah.
And even though like my mum doesn't cook like bad foods, like more often than not, it's like a protein sauce, veggies, salad, and a carb sauce. But you just never know how much like oils or butters that she's using. And like every time that I would like sit down to put a plate, it was like a guesstimate.
Yeah.
And if that's like every night,
yeah,
like,
it adds up.
It adds up, yeah.
For sure.
Whereas now it's like I have to go home and prepare my own meal. Yeah.
Yeah. No, it really does make a big difference.
Massive.
Yeah. And look, that's not to say that you can't get fat loss and achieve fat loss results.
Yes.
Being a bit more flexible and
100%.
eating family dinners.
Yes.
I just think that building the skills from cooking and preparing all of your own meals.
Yes.
You actually learn
So much.
like the accuracy point of view.
Yes.
How little things here and there really do add up, and then you can just take that into account when guesstimating in future.
Yeah.
And sort of just having a better understanding of nutrition really, instead of being like, oh no, that'll be fine, oh no, that's fine. It's like no, like these little things do add up if you do truly want to reach your goal. And again, that's not to say that you won't be able to see results.
Yes.
Because everyone's at a different stage of their journey and may need, like more of a bigger deficit, and they're unable to get that from eating, out frequently, or, eating meals that aren't prepared or are prepared for them. But yeah, it's definitely a big change.
Like, just even as simple as like, again, my mum doesn't make like bad food. Like my mum's a freaking great cook, but like just as simple as like, her making a salad, like I don't really understand, like I wouldn't have an idea of how much olive oil she's used, which, olive oil is quite calorie dense.
Yeah.
So I might just like grab like a spoon and just like put into a bowl, like just like little things like that. Whereas now it's like I have to be a little more accurate with like how much olive oil I'm using. Like I have the option of doing that.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's like been the biggest difference with this cut, is just my ability to have control over my environment. The other thing is steps. I think I've told you about this, but my partner's also recently invested in a walking pad.
Yes.
If you don't have a walking pad, get one.
Yeah.
I literally said it to Locke the other day as well, like, because Locke sits at his desk like for long periods of time. I was like, you need to get a walking pad.
Yeah.
I work from home on Tuesdays, and if I'm not intentional with my steps, I can get to the end of the day and it's like 3K steps, right? On this walking pad, I'm like doing check-ins, like I'm doing work.
Can you hear the dun 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 in the background?
Nah, like it's so fine. And then like I'm like doing check-ins, killing 2 birds with 1 stone. I'm like on the stepper, and like by the end of it, I've like got like 10K by like 1 p.m.
Wow.
It's like insane.
So good.
So that's also been a very big highlight of this deficit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's so good. I feel like I would love to get one, like upstairs.
I think we all need one.
But we need to get standing desks.
Yeah, I know.
Mona's like... Yeah, you can't. Mona's like, that's fine. I'll just put my desk on like some boxes or something. I'm like, babe, what happens if you want to sit back down?
How committed are you to your goals?
Walking pad and just have your feet running.
Oh my God.
I don't know if that counts.
No, it doesn't count.
I think it counts a gait. Like literally a hand sweeping past your hips. Yeah.
That's so funny.
So yeah, that's like where I'm at with my training, my nutrition and everything like that. Do you want to give us a rundown of Anthea?
Yeah. Okay, so update for me. I'm also in a cut at the moment. When I came back from Europe last year I think I came back in August, I was quite a low body weight. I definitely lost like a bit of muscle and body fat as well. And I just like didn't feel good. I just wanted to put muscle on. And yeah, just feel like myself again. For those who don't know, I'm like bulking like pretty much the entire year, always through summer as well, because I'm like, I just want to gain muscle. So anyways, that was something that I wanted to work towards again. So I did a solid, I think it was maybe 7 or 9 months, can't remember, can't do the maths, but from August until, I don't know, May or something like that. Yeah. And I put on about 4.5 kilos during that time. I always feel great when I'm in a bulking phase, if I'm being honest.
You
like,
also look great.
Thank you. Look, it doesn't come without its challenges. Like, don't get me wrong. Towards the end, I was trying to find like normal clothes to put on when I was going out on the weekends, and I was finding it quite hard because a lot of them weren't fitting, and you know, just that they start to look and fit a bit differently, and you know, it can be a little bit triggering. But I find just having at least a few set pieces that I can
Revert back to.
Yeah, revert back to and wear at those times can be really helpful, and just not trying to fit into the ones that just don't fit me at that time. And also just trying to remember like that's my goal. Like, what do you mean you're complaining about like not fitting into your clothes? Like, this is literally what you wanted. Like,
it's
you
the whole
wanted
point.
yeah, you wanted a massive ass. Like, so yeah. But I actually found it so interesting because a lot of my clothes were like, even some of my pants were fitting shorter because my butt had lifted. I was like, I got these like, because all of my pants are always way too long for
Tailored,
me,
yeah.
so I always get them taken up. And then they were actually too short for me. I'm like, what is going on here? Like, have
I grown?
Yeah, I'm like, what? So yeah, anyways, it is challenging at times. But yeah, have started to cut. I'm about 5 weeks in now, and honestly, at the start, I was I was a bit scared. Like, I was like, wait a minute, like, what do you mean I'm not going to be able to be as flexible and like, you know, just go out on the weekend and like not think about it? Because I have obviously built up a really great relationship with food where, you know, I find the balance between cooking my own meals, but then I can also enjoy eating out and like literally not stressing about it, and knowing that, you know, I'm still going to make choices of high protein, some veggies and whatnot, but I can also just enjoy myself and not stress. So I was a little bit afraid of how that would shift and change. But honestly, like I've said this to Mona a couple of times, like I just feel like it takes about a week or two, and then you sort of just shift into gear.
Just in flow.
Yeah. And then you just get back into like a different sort of set of routines and behaviors.
Yes.
Whereas there's sort of a different set of routine and behaviors attached to when you're doing like a bulking phase. Because obviously doing a bulking gaining phase is still, you know, a fair bit of effort that you need to put in to make sure that you're hitting, you know, X food and taking your supplements and all of that. But yeah, so I definitely was a little bit scared at the start, afraid of how it would fit into my life, and was scared about, you know, feeling restricted. But
I know that we have also spoken about like the fear of it not working. Like, that is also something that we have spoken about.
Yeah. And like in my first week, my scale weight didn't come down, but I knew, I'm like, no, like I'm literally doing all the things.
Yeah.
It's going to come off. And also like fat loss doesn't just happen like that. It doesn't happen after a few days or even a week. Like, it happens after an accumulation of effort.
Yeah.
Same with, you know, putting on muscle. It takes time. So I think I just had to really remind myself of, just being patient with it. And then eventually, the next week it started to drop, and I started to see results and, you know, clothes fitting differently and all of that, which was really nice. And I feel very privileged to have, I guess, the knowledge behind those things when it comes to dieting, and even just the variances in body weight, and, you know, how many different factors affect it, like the menstrual cycle. You know, I know the particular trends and times where my body weight is higher, usually around ovulation for me, in my luteal phase, and then sometimes on my period if I'm struggling with like bloating.
So 3 weeks?
Yeah,
of
pretty
the
much
month?
3 of the 4 weeks.
We're fucked.
Yeah, we're fucked. Yeah, you can't make this shit up. Like, it's frustrating.
And like, I know even in my situation, even though I know the knowledge, I still checked in with you and I was like, why has it been a week and I haven't seen any changes? Like, even with the knowledge. It's like, seriously, the fear of like you putting in all this effort, you doing all the right things, you ticking off all the boxes and you not seeing the results.
Yeah, for sure.
Like, that was something that was like so fearful for me.
Yeah.
But then, like, similar to what you were saying, like a week later, I'm like a kilo down. And
Yeah.
it's like not that big of a deal.
Yeah.
I was also ovulating.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. But it's so powerful, you know, us having that knowledge as well to come back to. Because all of those things essentially mask, if you're relying on the scale weight to tell you if you're making progress or not, those things mask, you know, being able to see that progress. So, yeah, it's important to have that knowledge.
I think it's also, like, so important to have those moments because it kind of goes back to, like, building evidence around, like, the knowledge that you do have. It's like, of course, I weighed in a little bit heavier during my ovulation because, like, I hold a little more water retention. There's so much going on within, like, my body that might sit me at a heavier like body weight.
Yeah, like digestion usually slows down. So, you know, if you may weigh a little bit heavier because you're not going to the toilet as frequently. There are so many different things. And
so then it goes back to like feeding that evidence because when it happens again in like 2-3 weeks, it's like, oh, it's happening again. And
you're not actually freaking out and spiraling.
Exactly.
But that's not to say that, like, you know, I haven't spiraled here and there. Yeah. Like, I think that's why it's so important to have, you know, someone in your corner.
Yes.
Even despite us having the knowledge and the skills.
Yeah.
Just having someone outside of
just your own brain.
To be like stop stressing. Like, what do you mean? Yeah.
100%.
And so, Jason is also coaching me again. So we've just gone back to our old coaches. Yeah. But it's, you know, it's easy.
Don't fix something that isn't broken.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, it should be exciting. I'm only going to do the diet for another couple of weeks. And then I'll sort of do a little increase before I go to Europe. I'm going to Europe again this year. I'm so excited.
Yay, another 4 weeks of leave.
Yeah.
Which is so exciting.
That's going to be crazy because, last year was my first time that I've ever taken off, like actually off. Like I wasn't working. Which was that's the first time that I've actually taken time off since I started the business, which was in 2019. So a very, very long time. And then I'll be doing it again this year, which I'm very, very blessed that I'll have Mona to take over my workload whilst I'm away. And that was super seamless last year as well. So I'm looking forward to it this year.
Where are you going? What are you doing?
So we're going for one of our good friends' wedding, which is in Greece. So we're actually predominantly just doing Greece again. Like, why would you go anywhere else?
Literally.
But we're just doing Greece, and then the hens is in Ibiza, and then the boys go to Mykonos for the bucks. So we're splitting up.
Ibiza is like where it's at.
Yeah, I'm excited. It's gonna be girls trip in Ibiza.
Yeah,
which would be awesome.
So cool.
Yeah. Like once in a lifetime trip. I feel because we'll have so many of our friends over there.
It's pretty cool that you get to do that 2 years in a row. Like, I feel like last year we were saying we're never going to be able to repeat this again. And you're doing it for the second time this year.
Yeah, 100%. Look, I think that this is like this will be our last Europe holiday.
Don't say that.
No, like for a little while.
Okay, yeah.
I think Jason and I have some other places we want to go to.
Europe. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, other than Europe.
Yeah, other than Greece.
Yeah, other than Greece. Don't get me wrong, I would love to go there every year, but there are other destinations. And like I would love to see more of Europe because I obviously haven't really seen much.
Yeah.
I'm just happy to go back to Greece.
Yeah.
To be honest, though, because I definitely want to chill. Like I want to, and I feel like Europe's not always the best place to do that because obviously it's somewhere where you want to travel and you want to explore and you're going to be hopping around everywhere, whereas Jason and I actually do want to chill, so we're staying in.
I just want a beach. I want a freaking tan. I want to put a cute bikini on.
Yeah,
like, that's what you want.
So that's the vibe this year. But yeah.
Yay.
Yeah. All right, we're going to move on to our overrated, underrated segment.
Yep.
So basically, we're going to try and rapid fire it, but to be honest, I feel like there's too much nuance in these topics, so we're going to have to explain a little bit.
Yeah.
So yeah, we'll start. Starting with the first one, using RP as a beginner. 3, 2, 1.
Underrated.
Yeah. Some coaches are like, why using RP as a beginner? It's too complex. But honestly, how hard is it to like essentially count to 10 and just start to rate your intensity? Like, yes, we're using it on the scale and like with the RIR, with the reps in reserve, but it's pretty much just like an easy, medium, hard scale. And I think that even if you are a beginner in training, it is so valuable to use it as soon as you can so that you can get the most amount of experience using it, because you will get better at using it over time. Yes, there's obviously a skill component when you're a beginner, and you may not be hitting true RPEs, but even for some of the lifts like your leg extensions, your hamstring curls, your leg press, all of these like safe exercises, which don't have a huge skill component to them, which you actually can push them closer to failure. You can push those exercises and gain a really great understanding and context of proximity to failure.
Yeah, 100%.
And then you can just start to eventually apply that to the other exercises that are a little bit more, you know, skill heavy. Once they start to feel more seamless, then you can, start to push them. And I just feel like it's a great system to use.
100%. Just like touching upon that, obviously you're not going to be pushing your RPs for like something that requires a lot of skill acquisition, but using something like a machine, like a leg press, a leg extension, which is quite safe to push your RP, is a really great way to figure out your proximity to failure, and also just really push your intensity. And
I don't think that that's limited to anyone who's intermediate or advanced.
I think it's actually a great tool to actually show a beginner how hard they can push.
Yeah, definitely.
With the right guidance and support.
Yeah.
I think when you first start, you actually don't know what you're capable of. So what you might perceive to be an RP 8 is actually like an RP 5.
Or like 2 or 1.
Exactly. And so when you have someone that is like literally there being like, no, you've got more on something that is safe, like a leg extension, you can really like hone in on like really, really pushing.
Yeah.
And actually just showing them what an RP 7, 8, 9 looks like.
Yeah. And it's pretty much the same as just pushing someone to train hard, but we've just got an objective measure behind it. Like, it's really not that hard.
Yeah.
Okay. Having novelty in your training.
Having novelty in your training.
Yeah.
3, 2, 1.
Underrated.
Oh my God. You threw me off there. Having novelty in your training is underrated.
I reckon. So it depends on what the context is.
Yes.
Because I think that in some cases, having novelty in your training, and like my definition of novelty would be even like, changing a couple of things and that being novelty. We also tend to change programs, every 6 weeks. I think some coaches run things for longer. Some coaches may run like 8 to 10 week blocks and then change things, but they may do like a full overhaul. Whereas, we're changing things every 6 weeks, and it's usually everything's staying quite similar, but then we're changing a couple of things. So look, maybe is it underrated?
So I'm going to talk about my answer.
Go.
So I said overrated, and I think I'm thinking of it from a place of depending on where you're starting. So if you're a beginner and you haven't really learnt the fundamental movements, we're talking squat, hinging, push, pull, those things, and you're changing things every day, every week, you're not learning like the fundamentals. You're not learning skill acquisition. And I just think about, like, for example, with a beginner, how hard it is to teach them how to hinge, and how it takes like sometimes weeks for them to just nail a hinge movement. Imagine if I was chopping and changing every week and they weren't actually building that skill.
Yeah.
And so I think for most people, they need to stick to the basics,
Yes.
get really, really good at them, push intensity,
Yep.
Progressively overload with that before they add novelty.
Yeah.
And when we talk about novelty, I'm not saying like going from like a hinge movement to like, I don't know, like a freaking arabesque or something like that. We're talking like going from like a goblet squat to maybe a barbell squat.
Yeah.
That's the novelty.
Yeah.
It's like keeping the exercises quite similar,
Yeah.
but we're just progressing them.
Or the novelty in my head is like, okay, instead of doing the same tricep exercise or
Yes.
bicep exercise, like I actually don't care what you do, change it as long as you like it and you
Yep.
can stick to it, you can push it hard.
Yep.
I think that there's definitely some merit behind, you know, slightly adjusting your training
Yes.
to make it interesting, to make it fun.
Yep.
But obviously finding the right balance between not doing it too much.
Correct.
Yeah.
And like there can be like novelty can look different block to block as well. Like you might go from doing a split squat where your front foot is just like on the floor, and then the following block can be front foot elevated. Like that will still add like a little bit of variance. That'll still add like a little bit of
This is new.
This is different. Yeah.
Yeah.
And you'd be surprised how just those little changes like can make you feel like, oh, okay, this is different. And it's something new, and I get to experiment with this.
Yeah.
As opposed to like starting with a squat, completely overhauling that, and then doing something like
Well, like fully changing your program.
Yeah, fully
Like,
changing your program.
everything.
Yes.
Like you don't need to do that.
No.
So I think our definition is a little bit different of novelty, and like sort of where we like our novelty, as you've said,
Yes.
is like adding an elevation or like
Yes.
changing the grip or something like
yeah,
that.
yeah.
We only have a couple minutes left, so we'll just smash through these. Tracking your menstrual cycle.
3, 2, 1. Underrated.
Yeah.
I think we both could have guessed that each other were going to say that. I think there is just so much empowerment to being able to track your cycle and understand your body, especially
Yeah.
as a female.
Yeah.
I just can reflect on days where I truly was just like, oh, I think I'm going to bleed soon. I think I'm going to like get my period soon. And then it was like a surprise when it came up.
Yeah.
And that's just what I thought the extent of my period was. Like
Yeah.
I truly remember days like that. And it still baffles me that some women still believe that that is the case and that there isn't like other phases.
Yeah.
And the bleed isn't even the most important bit.
Yeah. There's
You know?
so much going on, and I think that there's no negative to tracking your menstrual cycle.
Yes.
Do I think trying to do cycle syncing workouts and shit like that is overrated? 100%.
Absolutely,
We've
yeah.
spoken on that in the last podcast. But tracking your own cycle so that you can start to understand the trends and the patterns is like so underrated.
Yes.
And every single woman should do
Yes.
it, definitely.
100%. 75 hard?
Yep.
Underrated or overrated? 3, 2, 1. Overrated.
Yep.
So for those who don't know what 75 hard is, it's basically a challenge for 75 days, and you've got a list of habits that you need to do or accomplish in one day. And it's like, you know, reading a specific amount of pages, doing 2 workouts in a day, one
Yep.
outside, one inside,
Yep.
drinking a specific amount of water, following a
No sugar, no alcohol, I think.
I think it's and I think it's also like following a nutrition plan, like just like specific habits that you have to accomplish in one day.
Yeah.
And if you don't, you basically have to go back to day 1.
Yeah. Crazy.
And so I said overrated because I just don't think something as all or nothing is sustainable. I can understand that if you're trying to build habits or if you're trying to sharpen like your discipline sword or whatever it may be, then maybe there is merit.
Yeah.
But I think there is better ways to build long sustainable habits than just doing a challenge.
100%. Yep. I think as well, like it's just so rigid and inflexible, and we need to actually have a look at what this does for your relationship with food, for your relationship with training, with your body. Like if you're that strict and rigid and you're failing because you're not doing a second fucking workout, or you know, you have some sugar or alcohol, like
What
I don't know
beliefs
what
is that
what
feed-
beliefs
yeah.
and what message is that sending to yourself?
100%.
It's not a healthy one.
No.
And it doesn't need to be that rigid. So
And also, like,
yeah.
what happens after the 75 days?
Mm.
Do you just continue doing that?
Yeah.
Because that's not sustainable,
no.
like, at all.
And then anything less than what you achieved during the 75 hard, would you then feel like you're falling short and you're not good enough? You know, you're not, oh, like now you're starting to have sugar again. You're starting to have
Yeah.
alcohol. Oh, you failed again.
Yeah.
Like, it's just,
Yeah.
doesn't make sense. So yeah, fuck 75 hard.
I was going to say, join Thrive Stronger Coaching.
Yeah, join Thrive instead if you think about doing 75 hard. Okay, I think that wraps it up
Yeah.
because we have some things to get to.
got places to be, people to see.
But thank you so much for listening. We hope you enjoyed. And if there's anything that you want us to cover in future episodes, please let us know, whether it's specific topics or questions. Please send us a message or drop a comment, and make sure that you like, share and subscribe as well.
Yay.
Thanks.
Thanks for listening.